Hi everyone, it's aorticinkwell, and I am here to do a sketchbook tour of my Inktober book for the Inktober challenge. And then this one will come in a later video because stuff. But I also wanted to introduce all the tools that I used for the challenge. That's a lot of ink. And I gotta change out that water because that was a lot of water used. So these are my trusty brushes. So use these for all of them to soak up all the ink and spread it around. So it was mostly kind of like painting for most of it. And that's the rest of the ink that I didn't use yesterday for the last piece. So I use this one, Molotow. So you can see how old this pen's not even that old. I think I got it earlier this year, and this is how much I've used it. It's all worn out. I barely used the watercolor palette that's in here. I used this Winsor Newton palette for, I think, the first several sketches. Yeah. But, oh, and I got this fancy tray from the Unrivaled tournament that I was at a few days ago with some of my friends over at the Reboot Game Lounge. And they invited me over, but it's such a nice mat. Like, I'm gonna use it for all my ink from when I'm inking. But here's some different ink that I didn't use as much. So there was these two. I didn't use these that much, maybe for like a couple pieces. I really wanted to use my gold ink, but I didn't know where that would fit in. Let me get all the pieces of ink that I use the most. Oh, my eyedropper tool. It really came in handy with a lot of these smaller bottles of ink that I used. Didn't use this one that much for decoration on a couple pieces. So this was the ink that I used. A lot of this Higgins ink is what I used. Especially this white ink. It's pretty handy. There is the Levenger ink that I used for the really nice cobalt blue. I used some of these ones that I found at Barnes & Noble a while back. Probably still have them there in their writing section. They're decent. It's like the amber colored one and magenta. And these guys are ones I use the most. So I had my pencil for sketching. I had ones with blue lead in it too, which is this one. I keep both of those handy. With my Moo eraser, which gets most of that lead out, which is great. And then I didn't use this one as much. I did it for some of the more expressive, angry looking pieces for more like bolder outlines. These two were pretty much done for each piece, for, well, most of them, because there was a gap when I didn't have. I killed one of these, and then my friend Lauren, she was a saint and got me more. Because these ones, the Pilot Razor Point had that really nice bleed effect when I added water to it. These ones are definitely not waterproof, so it had a really great bleed effect, which I loved. And then I used this one for detailing and for fine line. This is my favorite sketch pen. I love working with the Hybrid Technica. And all these guys I gotta get more water put into it. Didn't really use that ruler. So a lot of the stuff that I was doing was more expressive. I didn't want to rely on it. So let's get into this. Let me set up my camera mount thing. Alright, so I got my book set up here, my Inktober book. So every sketch in it has to do with the Inktober prompts and whatnot. Everything was out of order because I wanted to do a little story for each one. So all the prompts are out of order. And I'm hoping that the story makes sense. It's kind of hard to do when I couldn't really properly think of a idea for each prompt. But hopefully it comes through okay. I'm really hoping that people enjoyed, the work that I did this month. It was a really frustrating month for me. It was really hard. But I was able to finish this, and I think I deserve to be at least a little bit proud that I actually followed through with this. This is the first time that I've been able to complete an Inktober. I think last year I got 3 days into it, and I was like, nope, okay, I'm done. So I'm just happy that I was able to complete something. And yeah, so let's do the walkthrough. Let's start this sketchbook tour thing. Keep these clamps on it because the pages are warped from all the water. Water and ink. Because I've been using the brush pens, So I always leave a blank page as the first page in all of my books. I don't know. One of my teachers way back when said that it would look more professional if you left the first page clean. It's like a nice, when you open it, it just looks professional. I don't know why. But I like it. So I've done that with all my books so far. So that was I was just doodling on the first day. I was like, okay, I'll just do a little, that has nothing to do with the theme of the book, but I just thought it was pretty anyway. So here we go. So that's day 1, and I still think it's one of my favorites out of all the days that I've done. Just because it's just a weird pose that I just came up with on the fly, and I was like, okay, and you can see like the pen that I was talking about earlier, the razor point, has this really nice bleed, so it kind of looks like it's blurring. I don't know, it felt nice to me. This one had a little bit of watercolor for the back here, so they didn't bring out my Pagan's ink until later. Then the Lavender one was way too dark for what I wanted to do with this one. I had all the prompts written out here, and then I signed in advance each one that I wanted to do for each day in each week. So I had them all written down here of which day that they were going to be used. So yeah, again, this is probably one of my favorites, and it's got the most hits on YouTube. It has like 400 views on YouTube, and that's the most out of any of the videos that I have on there, which I guess that makes me happy. I don't know. Kind of wish I got more views on all my videos besides like 20, or even most of them get 10, between 10 and 20, which I don't know. I'll get into it later. This was day. Oh wait, I forgot to say. This was Swift, because he suffered a swift death. Here we go. It's day 2, Divided. This one also had a little bit of minimal watercolor in it before I started using the Higgins and the Barnes & Noble inks. So I have this 2 mermen. He's lost his lover. And we have the ominous figure in the side here. This one was mostly the hybrid Technica pen because my razor point had died at this point. There we go, it's day 3 long. So this is where I first started using the Lavender Cobalt ink, which has a really nice effect right here. I just like how you can push it around and I don't know, it feels nice to me. So we have the merman dude taking that long descent into, you know, the watery depths. And I have fish, and then that fish just totally straight up just took this necklace, dude. We have this one, this is day 4, which was shattered. Yeah, so a lot of these are, I guess I mixed them up later on. But then we have, look, the fishy brought him back his necklace. And then we have this ominous creature coming up from behind him. This one I had a lot of watery bleeds. They like dumped water and then used the, where is it, this guy. And then just was doing this on top of the wet spots to get the smoky effect. That's Screech! So we have a skull screeching, making its appearance. Yeah. Screechy skull. And this is when we started getting really wild with the brush strokes and the colors, and colors are really weird. They're not colors that I would normally use, but I thought I'd be a bit expressive with the use of it and the brush strokes, and I think I took a lot of liberty with anatomy a lot in this. As you can see, it's not up to my usual work. But mostly I was just trying to get, you know, the idea of it down and not necessarily trying to make it perfect, which, you know, you can see here too. Like, this is straight up not, you know, proper skeletal anatomy, but it comes across as such. You know, you can still read it. I wasn't going for, you know, perfection. I just wanted to get to express myself, you know, however. Just trying to get the ideas down, I guess, and if it conveys, you know, what I hoped it would, then, you know, it works for me. And I think it did. A lot of people like this one for some reason, I'm not sure. Or at least they told me that they like it, and so I was like, oh, cool, thank you. But, yeah, this was mysterious, the prompt for that one. The dude's gonna straight up just exchange, you know. This little pendant. And then here we have, which one was this one? This blind. I made it blindly, just accepting whatever this mysterious skeleton mermaid is offering him in exchange for his lover's necklace. I like this kind of rosy feel to it too. And this is strategically placed for later on. And then this dude feels like he's been straight up poisoned. Yeah. It didn't come out too well in the photographs, I guess, but it's got like a little trail of blood right here coming up with the air bubbles because he's no longer able to breathe underwater. Ooh. So I dumped a whole bunch of that Lavender Cobalt ink on this one as well. And then I think this one was where I started yeah, I started using the white Higgins ink for highlights in his hair. And then we have this one, which is cloud. So, kind of looks like a cloud here. But yeah, oh, maybe I should play it like this instead of putting my fingers all over it. Yeah, we have some messy clouds back here. I used the Higgins ink. This one was mostly the razor point. I use this one on. Oh, just like the whole cloudy, misty feel for this one. Yeah, this skeleton dude's giving us some juicy gossip. I wonder what that could be. I think this one used the Higgins Indigo ink for this one, as well as the Hybrid Technica and the razor point. He's just like crying juice or something. Like, dude, you're crying juice. Stop it. And then we have a ship. And I'm hitting the camera mount, which is not great. But yeah, I'm not proficient at filming ships, so I'm glad it turned out the way that it did. And then I have this skeletal hand pointing his way to the ship. So this is mostly Higgins Indigo ink and white ink with the Hybrid Technica. There we go. This was day 12 trail. So my little merman dude is now a person, like with legs, like a human person. And he's got following this trail of fish over to Le Boot. Das Boot. This one had some of the Sharpie metallic ink in it. You can probably see, there we go. The highlights right there. And then, oh shit, dude, you've been spotted. Look at that, and more of that metallic ink in there. So he's been found. That was the prompt for this one. It's like, hey dude, what up? It's your boy, Merdude. So there's that. And then, oh my god, he's so graceful, which was the prompt. So there's some more of that metallic ink in there. This was a lot of indigo, black, and white Higgins ink with the Hybrid Technica doing in the details and the razor point for the bleed, which I usually use the razor point as the base because then it gets a little like soft edges and whatnot, especially like right here for the hair. You can see where I put that. Just dumped a whole bunch of white ink on you. So the Higgins ink was actually, for the white ink, it's pretty nice to spread all over it. So it kind of gives that painterly feel. You can see, which I liked. I like that painterly feel. And then there's this fat dude here. Fat being the prompt for this one. And he's got some rope. That's a face only a mother could love. Dude is not trustworthy looking. But, I don't know, this is where I started using more of the Pentel ink brush for those thick lines and more loose, expressive feel to it. so it's day 15. Oh my god, it's like halfway through the month. And then we got climb. That was the prompt for day 16. It says climbing up the rope up to the boat with the moon and the reflections on the water. And this one, they did a lot of the blending with the Higgins ink. I think it was mostly Higgins ink on this one. So we'll keep going. So this one, which one was this one again? It was Shy. It's like, ooh, come here, come to me. I'm obviously a bad man. He's kind of just like fading into this background, kind of. He's got this ethereal look to him. And he's like, I don't know. I don't want to. Bueno! Oh, yeah, that. He's got those, like, crooked teeth. Those crooked was the prompt for this one. So that I am not comfortable drawing creepy guys. You can kind of tell. This dude is as creepy as it gets. I think it's the creepiest looking guy I've ever drawn. It's just, ugh. It upsets me. Ugh, gross. And then he's like playing a game of grab ass with him, which is filthy, being the prompt for this one. Filthy old man. Poor little merman dude. So this was, I think I kind of rushed this one because I was trying to play a game of catch up. And then the prompt was mask. So you can tell he's just masking his emotions right now. He's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Just you wait. There's a lot of Higgins ink going on here. It's called the razor point for a lot of this blurry line of work here. Yeah, he's not happy. Day 20, oh my god. And day 21 was Creek, I think. Or, yeah, it was like Squeak, I think. Let me check. Yeah, it was Squeak. So you got the doors squeaking. Enough said. I just needed a page to transition to this one, which was gigantic. So the prompt was gigantic, so he's in this gigantic room full of mummified mermen and mermaids. They're all being dissected and, you know, preserved. Like a little baby mermaid. It's like in this little jar. It's like a fetus. Has skulls. Yeah. And then I wanted to put like a singing bass here, but I don't know if it would have been appropriate or not. And so he's like, hey dude, check out my my man cave. And he's like, oh god, what have you done? Oh god, oh god. Now we have these guys that are up on hooks, and this one's got a hook holding it up. It's day 22. This was mostly the razor point for all that blur and amber ink, and then I used a Higgins red for all those guys. And I messed up, so I mixed up the days and put one in here, so I'll go back to that one. This was day 23, sword. So we have a mummified merlady holding a sword, and she's got a chest wound, kind of similar to our merman's boy toy, who is dead. There's some lanterns, and it's kind of getting kind of grimy here. This is day 23. And then this is 24, so our mer dude is in too deep. This was the prompt was deep. So dude's like, better not tell no one about my lair. I'm gonna kill you. But yeah, he's creepy as fuck. And I wouldn't want to be like anywhere near this guy. You can tell on his face like, oh, ew, gross, get off of me. He smells like pizza rolls or something. But yeah, so I had these two a little mixed up. So let's go all the way back here. And then bam! Zombie army! Or something. And now the lady, the mummified lady holding the sword, has awoken thanks to her her ghost coming back and being like, hey, go get that dude. Get him. That dude fucked you guys over. Let's get him back. Because he's an asshole. Kinda like this one. So with the white ink for the hair. She's bleeding out the same spot in her chest wound. And we just have random zombie mermaids. Because who doesn't like zombie mermaids? And dude is running for his life. Run being the prompt. And this one I was going pretty fast with. Fast and loose with those brushes. So the dude's running away from them and they're giving chase. He's like, oh, you can't escape us. Run, fat boy, run. It says day 26. A lot of that amber ink. That stuff was like really bright. It's like insanely bright. And then fierce determination. He's gonna kill this bitch. So he's got the sword from the other lady. And he's making this declaration like, you killed my boyfriend, so you're gonna suffer the same fate. And this one I just went wild with that color, man. This was mostly the Higgins ink and the ink that I had gotten from Barnes & Noble a while back. Really like day glowish stuff. Like, I don't know, it reminds me of the spray paint stuff that you see at like flea markets on t-shirts or something. It's just wild. Wild colors, man. And all this white ink for his hair. And little highlights for his eyes. I don't know, I just really like the colors. I like those bright ass colors. This is day 27, I think, yeah. Day 28 was teeming, so we have, his ship is just, it's teeming with all of the ghosts and zombie mermaids. They're gonna take him. They're gonna take him down. And he's like, no, wait, I haven't finished killing yet. I don't know. Dude is getting his comeuppance for his dirty deeds. And then I got this like vortex of terror going on here. So it's day 28. Day 29. Here we go. It is fall. So he's like, well, my work is done. I'm just going to jump back into this ocean here. And he's I used a lot of this white ink for the splash from Evil Dude. Evil Fat Dude. So he's gone. He's like, my work is done. So he's gonna splash right in there from the deck of the ship. This was, I like this like ripple effect that I had going on right here. There's a lot of Levenger Cobalt ink in this one. And so here we go, day 30. This is underwater. So he's back. He's turned back into a merman, with the light coming down because it's the long night is finally over, and we have little fish coming up to greet him. He's like, hey fish, what up? It's your boy. So yeah, he's descending, you know, into the depths, and he's got the light cascading down. with a little bit of that amber ink to signify that it is the dawn of a new day. There's a lot of Higgins white ink to show like the light cascading down. And then finally we have our two mermen are united. United being the theme, the prompt for this one. So he's got his ghost boyfriend back. So they will be together again for a while. So I guess it's kind of almost a happy ending. I don't know. A lot of these pages are warped because of all the ink and water I dumped on it. So when I start scanning these, I gotta weigh these down really heavy. But I liked all the little tendrils for this hair and whatnot. It bled a lot right here, so it's like, oh, that makes a nice little shadow. So it's mostly Higgins and Levenger Cobalt Blue and white ink. This one is very simplistic, but I just wanted to get, you know, the expression down. So that is it. That is all of the days together. I might use a few of these last few pages for like some bonus stuff for the book that I wanted to come out with. So if you would like to donate to help get the book funded, I have a link below in the description if you'd like to check that out. It would really help me out. So I hope you guys enjoyed the Inktober sketchbook tour, and I will have another sketchbook tour up pretty soon after this one with the actual planning stages of my Inktober work. So I have another few pages of just sketches that I want to show you guys. So thank you very much for sticking around and viewing this. I will see you guys later.